Hi, what is going on? My name is Anant, and in this video, we're going to see how can we create an email campaign with automated follow-ups. In the previous videos, I've shown you how can you extract email from platforms like LinkedIn and leverage the B2B database that GrowMeOrganic already has. Now, in this video, we're going to look at three important things, which is connecting your own sender, also known as SMTP. Second is crafting your message. And third is uploading your contact list. Once you have these three things in place, you're good to go and you'll be able to create a new campaign for yourself. So, first of all, once you sign up for the 14 days of free trial in Grow Me Organic, click here on Create Email Campaign. Now, what you're getting here is campaign, lead scoring, replies, but let's just forget all of this right now. The only three things that we need to emphasize right now is the sender, the templates, and the list, right? So, first of all, we need to connect the sender, which is responsible for sending those emails. How do we do it? So out here you can see we'll click on connect a SMTP sender, and then here we can fill out the information in order to connect your SMTP sender. Now it can be your Gmail, your Yahoo, your Outlook, or any free email service provider. It can also be a paid email service like Google Workspace, Amazon SES, SendGrid, and bunch of other SMTP servers. Now out here you can find the settings for popular SMTP servers out there like Google, Outlook, Office 365, Exchange, Hotmail, Yahoo, Yandex. And if you go to growmeorganic.com/SMTP and scroll down a little bit, you will find SMTP settings for a bunch of other service providers. Gmail, GMX, Outlook. So if I have to look at the SMTP settings for any of them, let me just open it for Yahoo. So as I open this for Yahoo, what I'm getting is the SMTP host. Username is obviously going to be your email ID and the password, port number, and authentication. And these are the things that is actually required in order to connect your SMTP server with GrowMe Organic. Look at this. Now here, if I have to connect my new SMTP server, what I need to do is just to give it a name, sender name, and then this is the name that is going to be displayed to the recipient's inbox. So here I can put Anand Gupta, and then here I can put my email. So whether I can choose my Gmail account or I can choose my professional email account. So right now, if I choose my Gmail account, out here I can choose Google Apps/Gmail, which will pre-fill these values over here: SMTP host, SMTP port, authentication, and few other things. So all I need to do is just to write my username and password. SMTP is responsible for sending emails, whereas IMAP is responsible to receive emails, to read those emails. So if you want to read those emails using Romeo Organic as well, you need to check this box so that we have IMAP values pre-filled over here, and we can paste the same username and password to read emails. Now it's not important to have the SMTP and IMAP from same providers, because in some cases you might be using Amazon SES to send bulk emails, but you can use your Google Workspace IMAP credentials to log in here and to read those emails, right? So it is not very important in order to have the same SMTP and IMAP provider, the same company as a SMTP and IMAP provider. Now, if you want to use the free services like Gmail, Yahoo, you can obviously find those senders over here. The paid one, we've also added a bunch of SMTP credentials over here. If any of those SMTP credential is not mentioned here, you can just search for that on Google saying, let's say you have the SMTP with Hostinger or GoDaddy. So you can just search for Hostinger SMTP settings. Let me just show you how it works. Just search for Hostinger and SMTP settings. So just search for that. and click here. So I'm getting a documentation directly from Hostinger. It says imap.hostinger.com, port number 993. So these are the value that you need to fill just over here, right? Once you filled out these value, you're good to go. You'll be able to connect your SMTP. Now, if you want to connect something like SendGrid and Amazon SES, we've added a documentation. So you click on View All Tutorials, and then if you click here, how to connect a sender to send emails, you will find the documentation for other SMTP providers as well. Like look at this, Office 365, Zoho Mail, Amazon SES, SendGrid. So you will be getting the credentials, you will be getting the SMTP values from here. Now, Amazon SES is one of the most affordable SMTP server out there, and I've written a detailed article on that. If you want to check out that article, just click on Learn, go to Grow Me Organic blog, and you will find bunch of other helpful articles. But what you are looking for right now is Amazon SES SMTP server. So I can just click over here, Amazon SMTP server, and I've written a step-by-step article to create an Amazon SES account, to get approved, and to use those credentials here on GrowMe Organic. Now, coming back to the dashboard once again, once you connect your sender, the next thing you're supposed to do is to either write the email copy or to upload the contacts to whom you want to send those emails, right? One way to upload the contact details is to directly transfer those leads from the LinkedIn scraper that you've extracted. You can transfer those contacts directly from that one button that says transfer to my list. But another way is to just download the CSV file and upload it manually here, because you are going to validate those emails and you're going to apply some extra filters to see whether these prospect qualify as your ICP or not. So once you have the qualified email list and also the verified email list, then is the time to create a new list here and upload your CSV file. So I can click here and I can create new test list, right? And I can assign this list to any of my employee. So right now, let me just choose this one and create this list, because there can be multiple, employees who are working in your company, and you want to assign this list to any of them. So you can do it from here, and then you'll click on import contact, and then you will choose the CSV file, the verified CSV file. So if I scroll down a little bit, I will get this one. Yeah. So this is a verified list of CSV file. Okay, not this one. Let me just go back and choose once again. Yeah, this one. So what I'm getting here is email first, email phone. This means that the CSV file that I've uploaded, it contains these many columns. And now I need to map these columns with GrowMe organic columns. So here I can choose email first. Here I can choose first name. Here I can choose last name. So what I'm trying to do right now is to map the columns of CSV file with GrowMe organic CSV files. And let's say if any of those column does not exist in GrowMe organic, let's say is verified. So this one is a custom column. It doesn't exist in GrowMe Organic, and I still want to have this column as well in my list, because in many cases we can have extra columns to add more personalization, right? So for these columns, what we can do is we can add a custom field to map, and then we can choose the column. So is verified. Now we can add extra, we can choose bunch of other columns like companies. So I'll choose company name and company phone, company domain. So let me just choose one more, company domain. So Ideally, what I should do is I should wait and map every single column. But since it's a demonstration, I'm just gonna map only few columns over here, and then I'll start uploading this contact. Yeah, so that's it. And then I'll start importing this contact, right? So I've mapped my contact list, and right now it is uploading the CSV files contact to this list over here. Once it is done, the next thing that we are supposed to do is to write the email copy. So let's just move to the template right now. And out here, I will show you how can you write an email copy for yourself. Now, to create a new email template, just click on create a new template button, and here you will write the subject. Here you'll type out the content. Now we've also got a gallery of templates where you can have mobile optimized responsive email copies if you want to send newsletters. This is only for newsletters, but if you're trying to send cold emails, what I usually prefer is just to have a plain text, not something very fancy over here. Here you can see gallery of cold email templates that we've created for you, but I'll show you one more resource over here. So if you go to growmeorganic.com and if you click here on cold email templates, we've already got cold email templates that has been written by industry expert. If I have to show you one cold email copy, so let's say if you want to do it for sales, right? So I'll choose sales, and then I'll choose maybe follow up. So I want to have follow up as well in my email copy. And let me choose this one, partnership offer. So right now you can see this one is my email copy. I can, copy paste these email copies and, customize whatever I want to. And look at this. This email was written by this guy from this company. So these are already an industry expert, and they've already tried and tested these email copies. So you can be sure that, this email has already been tried and tested, and you just need to do a little bit of changes according to what you're trying to pitch, what you're trying to promote, right? So let me just go back once again. Out here you can see, let me just close this because I've already written an email copy just to keep things very quick. So if I click on edit template and click on editor, look at this. So I've added quick question and then here's a first name. Now, in some cases, if you're not having the first name, you can also add the fallback, which means if the column is empty, then what to put as a default text over there. So look at this. This is the fallback format. I can just copy it from here. Now I can just paste this fallback over here, right? So if quick question, and then if the name is not there as a column, what you can write is there. So hey there, right? And now what you see over here is a syntax, also known as spin syntax. What it usually do is it take multiple parameters, like multiple synonyms of one word or one sentence, hello, hey, hi, and it randomize the entire email copy for every single person whom you're sending this email. It usually helps in preventing you from landing on promotional section of someone's email, because if you're sending the same email copy to every single person, then to uh, then to companies like Gmail and Yahoo, it sounds as if you're sending the same email in bulk to every single person. So what you can do is you can add a little bit of syntax over here. You can add a little bit of variation in your content. Now, instead of using founder, like here, this one, founder, if you want to have multiple variation, I am the owner of this company. So how do you create something like that? Just copy this one from here and and then here, instead of founder, I can add owner. Or if I am a CEO, I'll write CEO as well. I can have multiple variations of a single text over here using spin syntax. And then here you can see there are multiple macros that will take your personalization to next level. How does it work? So if you want to get on a call with someone on Tuesday, right? Or maybe the day when they're getting this email, or maybe the next day when they're getting this email, then what you can do is you can use this syntax, right? So let me just paste this syntax over here and hold on. Yeah. So I can just paste this syntax over here. This will now this is something which is going to produce Monday, but if I add +1, then it's going to be Tuesday. So if someone is getting this email on his inbox on Monday, then this text is going to be replaced by Tuesday. That is how it works. It's a smart macro system that automatically detects on what day this recipient is getting this email, and it can change the text according to the day, or date, or number, month, whatever it is. So there are multiple macros that you can explore from here. And then what's very important here is to add an unsubscribe link just to help your recipient to easily unsubscribe for your email list if they don't want to get your emails. Otherwise, they'll mark you as a spam, and then for other people, you're going to land on spam. So it's better to have an unsubscribe link so that they can easily get out of your email list, right? So now, once you have crafted your email copy, the text version of your email copy, what you can also do is you can do some sort of image personalization as well, which means for every single person whom you're sending those messages, those emails, you can add a little bit of personalization in terms of images. Like I'll give you an example. So me as a founder, if I'm inviting someone, I can hold two cup of coffees in my hand, and in one cup of coffee I can write my name, and in the next one I can write my the recipient's name. And that is something which can be automated using our email personalization technology. So let me just update this template, and I'll click on image personalization tool to show you how it works. It's very simple. You just take a picture of yourself, you upload this picture in the system, and then you create a macro for that text. So right now you can see we have a suggested, this is a basic gallery template over here. But what I would suggest is to upload your own picture, or to get something like a meme. Like you might have seen that meme where a dude is holding a cardboard in his hand saying, "Hey, something like that." I don't remember that meme, but um, he have an Instagram page that says "dude with sign." So you've got a lot of memes like that. Let me just search. Let me just search for that. Dude with sign template. This one. So if you're looking for attention from someone, maybe you can use this image, right? So what I'll do is I'll just save this image just like this, and I can go back here and I can upload this image over here, right? And now I can position my text using these coordinates. So if I add, let's say, 700 and 1000, so these are XY coordinates. This is how I can, change the position of my text in this image, and I can also rotate the text, and I can also increase or decrease the size of the font. So look at this. Right now, the size of the font is 7. Uh, First of all, let me just delete this one, and let me keep the size of font as 12. If I go back here on top, Okay, I can't see the text right now, maybe because we've gone too far from this text, from this image. So let me just keep 100 and this one as 100, right? And then let me just scroll to the top. I think it's still too much. So maybe we need to increase the font size as well. So let me just increase the font size and let me make it, you know, 200 this time. I'll make it 200 this time. So that is something you need to do it manually in order to find out the right, uh, position of the text. Okay, look at this. Now we're very much closer. What I need to do right now is just to decrease the size, make it 12, and now I can do maybe 200 is fine, but let's do 250. Yeah. Okay, so you get the idea, but let me just pause this video and uh, make it work for you. Okay, now look at this. We've got this text in the right place. Maybe I've just added one more extra text. So that is something I can remove. And there we go. So now we can just copy this macro, go back to my template, and out here in this template, I can paste my image personalization code. Let me just update this template. So if I create a preview of these text, so I've created a new test list over here. So I'll choose this one and look at this. Hey Noah. Now I can add something like, Noah, can I get your attention? This text over here, I can add it here. And for all these people, this text, this first name is going to be personalized. I can also personalize the job title and a few other things. Whatever macro that I've got, I can personalize according to that. So let me just close this. Now we've got our three things set up properly, our SMTP, template, and list. Now the only thing which is left is to start our campaign. Okay, so if you go to our campaign, here as you can see, we can create a new folder, test folder, just to organize all our campaigns. Now, this can be your marketing series, your email series, like you've created the first outreach and then you've added some follow ups. So you can name your campaign or your series according to that. And then then from here itself, you can add those follow ups. So the first outreach and the follow ups, just like this, just like what I've done here on template. So if you go to the template, look at this. I've added marketing outreach, first follow up, second follow up, right? In the campaigns as well, if you have anything planned, you can add those variations, add those. So let's say you have you've got one campaign for 5,000 people, and then you can have a slight change in your template or anything else, maybe your ICP, in the same folder. So you can have multiple campaigns, but a slide of change just to do the A/B testing for your campaign, right? So create a new campaign. Right here, you can have the instant campaign where you're not going to send the follow-up emails. This is like a newsletter or an instant blast, but this one is going to be your sales email, right? Both are important, but this one, it helps you in getting sales. This one is just to announce something that you've got here, or just to promote a new thing that you've got in your company. So let me just choose sequence. Now out here, you can name the campaign. I'll just write new campaign. Here I can choose the sender. Sender, also known as SMTP, we've already created that. So you can choose the name of the SMTP server that you want to use. Now, this is not your first name of this SMTP server. This is not the full name that is going to be, seen on your recipient's inbox. It's just how you identify your sender, right? Now here you can add some throttles. What it means is you don't want to send all your emails at the same time. You need to have some gap between the emails that you're sending next. And what I would suggest you to have is something like 100 to 200. So it is going to randomly pick a time uh, in between 100 to 200, and then it will, pause for that amount of time, and then it will send the next email. This throttle is very important if you want to get rid of spams. If you want to get rid of, landing in spam inbox. Now, here, if a contact is already there in a running campaign, you can remove it from this campaign, from the list. Now here, this is where you choose the list to whom you want to send those emails. So we've already created the list, correct? Now these two options are very helpful when you're trying to send onboard emails. What it means is, let's say you've got a client who've signed up for your platform or service, anything like that, and you want to constantly send him emails irrespective of that person is replying to your emails or not. In that case, you can keep sending emails to that person. Otherwise, this follow-up email system is going to stop after a prospect replies to your email. Now I'll talk about this one once again after I show you the follow-up system. So right now here we can track the click rates, track the open rates. We can have those custom replies to a custom, email as well, to whatever email that I want. Now be careful that you need to use the IMAP of that email that you're using to receive those emails. I've told you when we were getting started that it's not important to have the SMTP and IMAP from same provider. So if you're sending emails from anant@growmeorganic.com, but you want to receive those on support@growmeorganic.com, so you need to add the IMAP of that email address of support@growmeorganic.com. And then here you can add, support at the rate romeorganic.com, right? I'm sending all my emails through one email, but I'm receiving all my emails to support at the rate romeorganic.com, or it can be inquiry at the rate romeorganic.com, because you can have multiple prospects who are outreaching, but you have just one email to track whether those prospects are replying to your emails or not. And this is where it becomes very handy and helpful, right? Let me just uncheck this for now. And now here, to whomever you're reaching out, you can choose their time zone. Now in the beginning of our crash course, I've shown you that while we were prospecting LinkedIn, while we were just trying to extract emails from LinkedIn, we've chosen United States as a region. So now I'm going to choose United States time zone, because my emails, I want to land these emails on US time zones. So here I can choose the times as well. Let's say I want these emails to land on Monday to Friday, basically, not on the weekends. And then I can choose time starting from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and maybe from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Right? So my emails should only be landing on my recipient's inbox in this time zone. That's it. And here I can decide the number of emails that I want to send per day, because you don't want to spam with lots and lots of email when you're just getting started, right? Because you have no reputation when you are just getting started, and you want to have maximum engagement in your initial emails in order to scale your outreach. So first, what's more important is to get replies, is to get engagement with your emails that you're sending, right? Just to have the right CTAs, the right, write copies by A/B testing, right? Once you get decent amount of replies, decent amount of engagement, these engagement could be open replies, clicks, anything like that. Once you get a decent amount of engagement in with your emails, then you can go ahead and scale the number of emails that you're sending. So initially, maybe you can just start with 50 or 100 emails. So I'll type 50 emails. So we only want to send 50 emails a day. That's it. We don't want to send a lots of emails. We just want to see whether people are engaging with my emails or not. If not, I'll change my email copy. I'll try out with something else. Now, if I'm getting positive responses, that means I'm sending the right message to right ideal client profile, to right ICP, and then I can scale my outreach with more emails, more number of emails, right? Now, out here, I can choose my first email copy, which is going to be marketing outreach, this one, and I can expand to see the text over here. Then I will add the follow-up. If someone doesn't reply to my email within that span of time, I want to send them a next follow-up email. So this is going to be a first follow-up. I can look at the text from here. Hey, I'm just following up from my previous message. After how many days? Maybe 3 days. And no delay in terms of seconds. And then the third and the next follow-up. So you ideally want to add as much follow-ups you can, because you never know that prospect would, need your help at what point of time. But over time you need to decrease the number of outreaches to that person. Like, you can be very aggressive when you're just getting started. You can send the next follow-up on the third day, and then after next 3 days. But then you can decrease the volume of sending those emails to that prospect. Maybe the next follow-up, the third follow-up, can be after a month, and then the next follow-up after a month. Because right now here you're nurturing that lead with follow-ups, but you're not irritating that lead as well with spammy emails and with constant follow-ups. So as I said earlier, I'm going to talk about above two features. Now here, this system, this follow-up system, it breaks, it stop when a prospect replies to your email. But let's say if you've got an onboarding series, you've got few emails that you want to send, and you want all of them to be sent, whether or not your prospect replies to those email, you can check this box, right? This is very helpful in when you're sending onboarding emails, not when you're doing a sales outreach. And this one, it lets you customize your follow-up emails text. So right now, the next email that I'm sending here, this one, it's gonna take the first email subject line, and it's going to add re after the first email subject line. But if you've got a better creative subject line, and if you want to use the second subject line for the next follow-up, you can force that subject line over here. So now this, when you check this one, it's going to take the subject line from the template that you've created, from the follow-up template that you've created. Okay, let me just click on update configuration. So I'll click no delay, and I'll click on update configuration. But since I wanted to show you what do I mean by taking the subject line from the template, this is what I mean. So if you've got a different subject line here, like something like blah 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 whatever, right? And if you want this subject line to be considered instead of re quick question first name Anand, then you can check that box. Right now, let me just go back to my campaign, and I think I have added this campaign in this folder. So if I want to change this folder, I can just do it from here. Okay. and I'll choose test folder and move to this folder, right? Now out here, all I need to do is just to start the campaign. That's it, right? So I'll show you some results for already for a campaign that we've already ran, and that was the onboarding series. It was not a cold email outreach, but these metrics will help you understanding a lot of things. So if I go to the statistics, look at this. This is where I'm getting the detailed breakdown of all my emails that I've sent. This is the first email, then this is the second email, right? And then here, what I can get is the activity. This is where I can do segmentation. So people who've clicked on my link or replied to my emails, I can create a new list of those people, open, and then my onboarding series, right? So these are the people who've opened my email from onboarding series. So I'll create a new list and I can run a different campaign for these people. So this is where it comes handy, this segmentation part. Now you can do a lot of things. If your email gets bounced, you can find out what are those emails that were bounced, right? You can create a list of those people. If you just want to look at those emails, you can do it from here. So emails that were bounced, you can do it from here. And you can look at the replies that you've got, the sequence, recipient, and a couple of other things. Okay, let me just go back, and now I'm going to show you a couple of other things that's very important when you're sending those emails is to add your custom tracking domain. So right now it's going to use GrowMeOrganic's domain to track the open rates and reply rates, everything, the pixels that we've installed. It's going to use GrowMeOrganic domain for that. But let's say your company's domain is xyz.com and you want to use your own company's domain to track those pixels. You just need to configure this one over here. So all you need to do is just go to your DNS records and create a record in your DNS system and paste these values. Now, this is something which is very simple. You can ask your IT team if you're not aware about something like this. But all you need to do is just to open your GoDaddy, Hostinger, or whatever is domain provider, go to the DNS record, and this A record is something that you need to create. And then the tracking pixel that is going to be used is going to be track dot and then your domain.com. Correct? So that is something I would highly suggest you to do in order to get more, uh, in order to get a better deliverabilities. Because if you're using your custom domain, that helps a lot in, getting your emails land on the primary inbox, not in the spam. The last thing is lead scoring. So let's say you've got a campaign running for a time, and then you can just click on view contacts over here. So this is the list that we've uploaded, and if we go to the view campaign, so these are the emails that we've just uploaded right now. And if we click on view contact, we can look at the detailed history of these emails. But look at this here, you can see we are assigning some points to these people. What does it mean? If these people open your email, replies to your email, you can give them some point, and these point is something you can configure here. So you can give them some points based on how they are engaging with your content. Also, you can assign them some points based on the pages that they are visiting. So if they are visiting your pricing page, you want to give them 10 points. And only thing that you need to do is just to add this tracking code in the footer of your website. That is something you can ask your developer to do it, but that's really simple to do if you're using a WordPress website or a no code platform. If you've got a really complex website, then you need to ask your developer or IT guy to copy and paste this JavaScript code, this code over here, on every single page that you want to track. Maybe you can add this on the footer, right? And then you can assign people some points based on whatever URL they are visiting. So it can be any URL, or it should match a URL let's say pricing URL or any page that you want, right? So you can create a custom tracking for them. And this one is a conversion tracking. It means if you've got a conversion page, that can be a thank you page, that can be a demo page, whatever you consider as a conversion for your email campaigns, you can add this code to your conversion page to track whether that person have got converted through your email outreach or not. So that is it for this session. If you've got any question, drop them to the comment of whatever video you want. Just drop the relevant comment based on the video that you've seen. You can also go back to other videos that I've posted. Drop your comment, and I'll try to reply as much as I can to help you getting started with GrowMeOrganic. If you haven't signed up for the 14 days free trial, I highly recommend go to growmeorganic.com, sign up for the 14 days free trial without even putting your credit card, and start get started with sales outreach. And here you can also look at the credits that you've got. So one of the USP of Grow Me Organic is that you get unlimited credit if you are on the growth and pro plan of Grow Me Organic, but you get uh, you know uh, decent amount of credits when you're getting started with the free trial as well. Maybe I'm not sure about those credits, but you will be getting somewhere around 100 to 200 credits for all the features that you see over here, and these are enough to test the product by yourself. Got any question? Drop them in the comment. I'll try my best to reply.